Hi, I'm Michael Palladino, President of the Scaffold and Access Industry Association. At SAIA, our mission is to pursue the highest standards of safety, craftsmanship, and ethics within the scaffold industry. We believe in providing an environment that focuses on the importance of community, camaraderie, and connection among our members. We have some very exciting plans for the future, and trust me, you're not going to want to miss out. Thanks again for choosing SAIA, and I look forward to meeting you at our next event.
In 1972 in sunny Hollywood, California, a small group of individuals met at a hotel to talk about better ways to protect their businesses. Driven by factors like making their job sites safer and more productive, this small gathering was the first meeting of what would later become the SAIA. Little did they know that this initial meeting would go on to shape the future of the scaffolding industry for decades to come. Connecting with other industry leaders has always been an important part of being a member of the SAIA, and in 1973, the first annual convention was held in San Francisco, California. This event placed an emphasis on exhibits and networking, and allowed people to come together and share best practices within their industry. This tradition lives on today and is one of the highlights of the SAIA membership. Currently, over 350 attendees and more than 50 manufacturers, dealers, and distributors exhibit at the 4-day convention and exposition. The convention allows members to reconnect with colleagues and professionals over trainings, social events, and conversation in a different region across the U.S. each year. It's definitely an event not to be missed.
As a 30-year SAIA member who has seen both the best and the worst this industry has to offer, I take great pride in watching an association of committed individuals come together to enhance and improve our industry in the name of safety and education. For those of us who make our living within the construction access industry segment, the SAIA provides a voice that strengthens the scaffold and access industry. Through its networking events, regulatory outreach, standards and rulemaking committees, along with its industry publications, the SAIA keeps me informed while fighting battles on my behalf, thus allowing me to run my business.
Committee Week is another excellent event for SAIA members to connect with one another. When it started back in 1982, this event showcased SAIA as a community-focused organization. Today, it serves as one of the best opportunities for representatives of all major sectors of the scaffold and access industry to converge in a central location. Here, they voice concerns, share opinions and expertise, discuss best practices, and make decisions about the association, their industry, and related topics. While you don't need to be a member to attend, membership is a great way to experience all that SAIA has to offer, including discounted pricing for all events like this. When the association formed in 1972, the foundation for the future of scaffold and access safety was laid. The SAIA organization has now spanned more than 50 years of friendships, networking, best practices, and industry-shaping initiatives. When you become a member of the SAIA, you benefit from the rich history of prior years, while also enjoying a long list of additional perks. These include exhibit space at events, working with industry leaders on councils and committees, attending networking events during the SAIA annual convention, committee week, and other industry events, meeting like-minded professionals who work in the scaffold and access industry, OSHA Alliance, having a voice in government affairs, reconnecting with friends and colleagues, and many others. Experience all of the benefits that SAIA has to offer today by contacting our membership manager at 816-595-4860 or info@saiaonline.org.
Wow, that was a super video, huh? So, Jackie, you want me to just go ahead and start, or?
Yep, go ahead and take it away.
All right, cool. Well, hi everyone. I'm Brian Hillier. Some of you guys know me, some don't. Basically, Mr. Michael Palladino asked me to if I could help with the Apex committee, and I told him that was, or I'm sorry, Apex Council, that we are rebranding into the Ambassadors Committee. I said, yeah, that's a great thing. Thank you. I'd appreciate that. And but the first thing that I asked him is there any way that we could start kind of rebranding? And he agreed with it, that it might be a good idea, because there was a little bit of confusion on what Apex really did, what it meant, what it wanted to try to become. And so here we are, we're the Ambassadors Committee, and I'm going to tell you kind of what I think that we should go with, and see if you guys have any input, and we'll kind of go from there. When I was first asked about it, I didn't want to focus on young people, because I think that we have a lot of people in the group that can really give a lot of value and opinion, and bring a lot of information to the table. And so we want to focus more on engagement with current members and new members as well. And so want to see like what's stopping new people from coming in, and what's stopping existing members from bringing more people to the events. Is it cost? Is it the activities? You just don't like it? What's going on? And so really we want to focus on engagement. And then maybe Corinne can go ahead and introduce herself and kind of, explain how she got involved.
Yes, hello, I'm Corinne Dutil. I'm coming to you from Montreal today. And Mike Palladino, Mr. President, called me and asked me if I wanted to be part of the Apex Committee Council. Very confusing to me, Council Committee, because of the French translation, but Apex Council to Ambassador Committee. Am I saying it right, Brian?
Correct.
Yes, okay. So Mr. President called me, and I said yes without really knowing what the Apex was. And when I Googled Apex, it was either a video game or a dinosaur, or I did not know what Apex meant. And I asked Brian, who told me it was an acronym. So what we thought is that if both of us weren't too sure what Apex was by the name, maybe we could change it to a name that would give more insight to what the Now Committee is about. So that's kind of what triggered the change from Apex to Ambassador, what our idea was in our reasoning. And maybe Brian, you want to go and talk about our convention goals and what we think we could bring to as the Ambassadors Committee for the convention.
Thanks. So really kind of what we wanted to do was bring in some more people as ambassadors, and maybe have it kind of be a rotating kind of role. And what I mean by that is during the convention, all of us are either working booths, trying to walk around, all that kind of stuff. And so if we have kind of a rotating group of ambassadors, if you will, it might be beneficial. And I've been kind of speaking with Jackie about it, and maybe there's a way to establish yourselves as ambassadors, so that way new members, when they're coming on to the convention, they can say, oh, that's an ambassador, I can go and talk with them, and they don't feel that they're interrupting or that it's too cliquey or something like that. And so I think that having a rotating I hate saying a rotating roster of ambassadors could be a good thing. And so that way it really does show the different members, and it doesn't give current members the feel to be obligated to do that job, because they could say, oh, hey, if you guys are looking for an ambassador this convention, I would love to help out. And then you can help out, and then, next convention, if you're too busy, if you're working it, you don't need to worry about it. But that way you always see new faces, and you can really engage with membership and kind of talk. And then we were also thinking about possibly doing some surveys to figure out and see, what would make people more, I guess, more involved. Because I know for me, constantly coming, or not constantly, but every time I come in, I see the same people, and maybe that's my own fault because I'm too cliquey, but I see the same people, I hear the same voices, but it's very refreshing to get a new point of view, new ideas, new voices out, so that way everybody can start to really collaborate with each other, because that's the whole reason why this was founded, was to have like-minded individuals with a common goal. And so I think that it could be very helpful if we can continue to nurture that moving forward. And I mean, that's pretty much all that I have. I mean, I'd love to start getting some questions if you guys have any, but just know I don't have probably any of the answers you're looking for, but at least if I know the questions, we can start looking to getting the answers for it. Anybody?
And just to finish, and I'm
Oh.
sorry, believe it or not, there's a work platform right next to my building and they're drilling on a brick wall. So that might be the noise. But the goal is really to take the richness of our group and to bring forward with ideas. So it's the ambassadors committee, but it's really the totality, like Brian said, of our common vision, of our goals, and to bring it just even further to even more people. And so basically it's Apex, but it's ambassadors. It's the same essence, but it's just moving forward with it. So that's all I wanted to add. And we can take questions if there's some questions or suggestions.
If you're attending virtually and you have a question, feel free to just unmute yourself.
That's cool. Glad to see everybody's, you
So,
know, riveted.
Problem is you got stuck with the first meeting.
That's right. What do you mean stuck? This is the greatest thing, because this is where everybody's getting their coffee. They're feeling
Wiping the sleep out of their eyes is what they're doing.
I'm seeing the whole group and they look riveted. Are you kidding me? The back of their heads is just, you know, intense.
Eldon Jean has a question.
Yes.
What you guys envision is what avenue to take to bring in new members? How do you anticipate searching out to find new members and to get more people involved in the association?
Thank you, Jean, for your question. So our role is not to bring new people as much as to entertain either the ones we already have and to welcome the people that come in. And Brian can maybe elaborate, but my vision for this and our vision is that once the person comes in, we are as the ambassadors committee say welcome. If you have questions about, let's say, scaffolding, this is who you could talk about. If you have questions about OSHA, here's someone that could answer your questions. If you're in a family business and you have questions about that, I know this person in the SAIA that could give you some insights on what they're going through. So it's really not as much as the marketing of bringing new people in, because I think the SAIA is already doing a great job with that. And we're all doing this with our businesses to bring new people in. But once that person is in, it's to welcome them properly, to say, hey, you're part of this group. Welcome. We're excited to work with you. We're there if you have any questions. And of course, with time, we're always open. We'll talk with Jackie if they need our help for videos or for ideas or to call. We're open for that. But the way I see it is our role is right after the person comes in. And Brian, I'll let you complete if you have anything.
No, I think that perfectly sums it up. As whenever we're in, we're not here to try to gain new membership. We're here for the engagement and to welcome people in.
I hope that answered your question, Jean. We can't really see, but
Sorry. Yeah.
hi.
This will be better in Cleveland, maybe. I don't know.
The Canadians will cross. We're crossing the border for Cleveland. We're coming over, so we can all talk in person.
Okay, thank you very much. If we don't have any other questions, we can go ahead and wrap this one up and meet back here at 9 a.m. Eastern for the Industrial Council session. Oh, one more, hold on.
Oh,
Thank you both. You did a great job.
thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
President.
Mr.
I'm
President.
gonna call you this for the rest of your life.
Don't threaten him with a good
Everyone.
time, Corinne. He's going to love it. You can give him a big ego.
Bye, guys. Have a great
Bye.
time.
Bye. Take care. Thank you, everybody.